and you think all was there. The man of God, the man of God, and I'm very much to the but what is the world? I'm quite done and you. And I can't go my head about, I can't go on about you. No one got any I got for it. I would, I love you. What got any for my day? We got for John the Very Iron. And on the I don't know if I'm funny. I can't grab my head about, I can't grab on about you. What's up, brother? I like music. I love you. What we got for John the Very Iron. And on the I tell my you would you think we are to feel we are to feel how I know. Get anything I swear I will say. I will get me with what I'm with you. We are to feel we are to feel how I know. Everything that I can now give me a little. I will get me with what I'm given. I'm a man with you. Everything I can't go on about you. And when and I am very good. I will. I love you. Good love. Better man. What are you? What is it? We got for John the Iron. And on you. I don't know. I tell my grand. You can't go mad about. I can't go on about you. I'm going to and I am very good. I would. I like you. What are you? What is it? We got for John the Very Iron. And on you. I don't know. I tell my grand. What is wrong? Wake up. We made all him and you did it. And you did what was the man of the honey. You go. The man who took it. But why don't worry? Now why can't they? We made all him and you did it. And you did what was the man of the honey. You go. And I'm very much to the better. But why don't worry? Now why can't they? And I can't go my head about, I can't go on about you. No one got any of it. And I am very good. I would. What are you? What are you? We got for John the Very Iron. And on the I tell my grand. I can't go my head about, I can't go on about you. I wait on and I am very good. I would. I love you. What are you? We got for John the Very Iron. And on the I tell my grand. You would even die. We are to feel we are to feel how I know. Get the thing that I Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Okay, kejira ber. Di muadu dunyo, bedunyo ke kortang cie. Kejira dutia tiene kwa ya kwa lanya na injap. Kore di mua ke popjing dede kel kau giye. Be kau tone dia man de jabo. Kejira beru kane. Topic be anyua gina man tit mane chenin ne kortia ke pere it madu tia PINYUDO ke madu tia ITANG gina beti ke pere aprango why they did not build it. That's the question. So we have to discuss it today with our brothers. Anybody welcome. Everybody can participate in here, and I'm happy to join me. And feel free, guys, send me your request and I will put you in, okay? So until they got like 2 guys will come in to join me and some other participant, they will come in too. So they're gonna be late a little bit, but I will make sure the music playing and enjoying the music, okay? So this is what I'm gonna do. And I will play there's a song called From Luo, and I love this song, so enjoy it. Just go request Maria. Just send me the request. I'm ready. Yeah, muy bien, di put ama put pura koni share ni take mari to mo ko kortam cha so nama dano manye ne take yang topic be mana koni ne ka koni ANYUAKS just a project to build the measurement in ITANG and PINYUDO and Bonga was the why. Why? That's pretty sensitive topic, but we have to discuss it. Okay. Kijira genotio ba dut kijira we ne ko kelka oji mo ye ke per topic man manya ke per ne mo ke discuss why we rejecting the project to build the monument in ITANG and PINYUDO. Why? So man be topic I know pretty chilly and nobody want to talk about it, but we will discuss it. But so it's pretty good topic. So let me play the music. Just send your request.
Oh, you think you are a London, walking in the king fire, Aramula, London, Ramata Comely, Unan Kuriput, your comely. Okay, Jamatin Longo, Nakega, Java, Muyu, Luayo, Mijai, Unan, you get back. Oh, we are getting more. Oh, don't be done in the don't come. Dark, Pinyama, Napa, Grayo, Tupa, Pada do bad early, Pada do bad nigga. I want to do you Pada do bad. Pada do bad early, Pada do bad nigga. I want to do you Pada do bad. Aywa, do. Abo nyala kala. Nyala. Mengira lalu. Angin pun.
Lakukan kue kangen di mana ini man, oh boy.
Pada do bad early, Pada do bad nigga. Kawan, you Pada do. Pada do bad early, Pada do bad nigga. Kawan, you Pada do. Oba, ha? Pada do man. Hello, do man. Pada do bad early, Pada do bad nigga. Kawan, you Pada do man. Aywa, do. Abo nyala kala. Nyala. Mengira lalu.
Okay.
Angin pun.
Okay, anak gua nggak boleh itu damu gue sih. Aduh nyala coba. Ini nyala. Mengira lu. Kejira pro de rumak jat kel kaoji mo kiye dut tia tiene kwa until those person when they get in I will start the show. Please make sure just stay tight. We will start the show within pretty much they're gonna be here pretty soon, okay? I will play the song. Okay. You wanna join or what? Right now? You want me to put it to the screen? Welcome, Owara.
Oh, let me see. Can you hear? You can hear me, right? Okay, thank you. Hey, today I'm using my laptop, so I guess that will work. Wait, let me make sure this is good. Yeah.
Owara.
Yes, can you hear me? No. Let me press. Oh no, something.
Owara Berede.
Yeah, I better yeah. Which man again? Is it working or no? You can hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
No, I turn it off. Let me try.
No, you good. I can hear it.
Now you can hear me.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, sorry. I turned it off here. That's
No,
why.
it's fine. It's fine. Let me see.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Now it's good.
Did you guys hear Kilo?
I bet they can hear better
Yes,
now.
they say no problem. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Warren.
Thank you so much. Welcome. Welcome back.
Yeah,
Welcome back. Welcome back home.
yeah, man. I've been just reading, and all of the sudden you send me the link, so I'm like, oh, this guy is on already.
I
So
see.
yeah, let me turn my light on here, and that way, we have time here.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay. You're right. Okay, Wara. Welcome back. I think there's some more Pew guy coming back. So soon we get those guy, we will start the show, okay?
Thank you.
So yeah, you can see the topic, right?
Yeah, I can actually see the topic. The annual rejecting project to build monument in the
Rejected.
ITANG PINYUDO. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, I saw the topic, so that's good.
yeah.
Thank
So
you, Water.
there, correct. Let's listen. Okay, well. So probably we're gonna start it. We can wait for those guys when we're speaking. So the reason I put this thank you, welcome to Joe Gill show, and this topic is pretty much very sensitive, as I just come up with it, and I decide, I think it's pretty good deal, and why the monument did not build in PINYUDO or ITANG. The reason why, so we have to give the answer, and we have to tell all the world to let them know why they did not build it. So the reason why, there are a lot of motion back then. That's why all ANYUAKS, they reject this project to be built in their area. So I would like somebody to explain to the world. Okay? I've been waiting for one person to come in. Whether you've been disconnected, so probably you might come back and we will discuss this. Let me play the song. Thank you. Welcome back, Omara.
We are the
Okay. All right. I think we will start it. Okay. So around like 8 o'clock, there's another show coming, and we can go ahead start it, and those guys can come and join us. Okay. So the reason I put this topic right here because there's a lot of emotion in it. That's why they did not build the project down in PINYUDO and ITANG. So the reason why been a lot of going on down there back in the day by SPLA, SPLM. Most of the time, women and grandmom and mothers it's a lot of feeling. That's why. All ANYUAKS they reject this one, this project, not to be built in PINYUDO. So are you gonna say anything about this topic? Because pretty sensitive. Turn your mood.
Let me unmute it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Well, first of all, I just need to say thank you and the entire Newark community and the neighbor. It is important that we talk about it. I know it's sensitive, but with the current uh, changes in the entire world, there isn't anything that is sensitive anymore because we have seen it all. And particular when it comes to South Sudan situation, you also don't seem to have anything that is sensitive. Everything is out here on social media and even some articles. If you can read, you can read it. If you can see, you can see them. If you can hear, you can hear them. So it's not something that is hidden. Um I'm so happy that the Anuak community or the Anuak tribe section of Luos are now trying to wake up and open their eyes because they were just concentrating on all, just planning the aboy there when they have so many intellectuals. If you talk of people who have education in the southwest part of Ethiopia, then you will find out that, like, if not half of the population of the Anuak, then you can say 60% of the intellectual there are from Anuak, whether being doctors, you can say all kind of professional. And the setback is that when you are educated, you don't seem to find your root or concern about where you come from. That's what affected the Anuak population. But if they were to be concerned about their root and then trying to do better, I would think that the Anuak could have been in a better place. Uh, First thing that I want to put out before I talk about this topic is that the Anuak need to understand that the borders that have been put to divide them, that this you are from Ethiopia, the other one from Sudan, that is just, it's a constitutional borders that has nothing to do with your livelihood that you guys have been created in. The Anuak are not like any other tribe. Like, let's say we Luo in Barakazal. Okay, and I would like to put this before I come to this topic because it's important. We the Luo in Barakazal, we have the Luo in Wow. Wow would be considered to be a headquarter because that is where Alur is, where the Luo people, had a conflict and then they split it. But when you talk to people in Wow, we have a different sort of accent with those people in Raja, like the Luo in Raja, Luo in northern part of Barakazal. We have a certain accent, but we still understand ourselves, or we still consider ourselves to be Luo. So unlike the Anuak, if you met the Anuak from Gambela with the one part from Dima, they will speak the same language and their accent is the same. There's no any slight tongue where you can say, oh, these people are from this area. The only thing that has caused the division or the split in the Anuak is the leadership that the Luo people should actually abandon that concept. That was our ancestors. That's why Luo kingdom has actually collapsed and every family went and formed their own kingdom. That idea is no longer working. So you guys need to come together, abolish all this, illiterate ideology, and then form very strong united kingdom. You don't need to you don't need to be told by others that hey, we can do this. There's nobody that can come and help the Anuak. Anuak can help themselves.
Yep.
If you talk of land, the land that God has given them is a heaven. It's more like Hawaii. I was in Hawaii, that is a small island called Oahu. You know that island is so beautiful, has everything that you need as a human being, and even the temperature, the weather, you can tell. So the Anuak should not get themselves misled by people who just want to come and take advantage of them. Uh, now let's come to the topic: the rejection of the so-called monument across the Anuag land in Ethiopia has in, is with the ill intention, came with the ill intention. There's nothing good in it at all. Because if I can lie to you that look, man, I'll help you with $20 when I don't even have $5, would you believe me? Where will I get them? Will I go and steal it? Oh, I think you need to exit if he doesn't hear me. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I think our brother there, the
Yeah.
GNO, yeah, you need to exit and come back. He cannot
Continue.
hear.
Okay, let me
Let
exit
make
out.
sure he, yeah, let me make sure he's hearing us.
We injury? Where?
What when you hear? No, but when you
We?
when much? Okay,
Okay.
yeah,
We can
when
hear.
Okay.
you another
Yeah.
class. Okay.
Yeah.
How
Go
are you,
ahead.
Kilo?
Yeah, good, brother. Thank
How
you.
you doing?
Welcome.
Very good. Good to see
Yeah,
you again.
yeah, it's a blessed weekend. I had a big week, but it's gonna be a little rough for the next couple of
Absolutely.
months. But
That's
God is
right.
great. Yeah, we'll always count on our mega. So yeah, so
Yeah.
the project that they want to build monument in Penyudo, Itang, Dimo, Gambela, Gilo, you name them, all the Anuak, Ethiopia land, as ill intention. Okay, and I will point them out in a couple things here that I was also writing about them earlier. So one of the ill intention, I stated it in most of my show, but the side impact of it too, I talk about it, but I kind of trying to minimize the risk of taking it far. So I just trying to bring into uh, book where a lot of people who might have been there can go and elaborate on it more, because there are survivors. This thing has not happened like centuries ago, so that we can say okay, it's a past history, so we can just write about it. So I trying to reserve some sort of information such that the Anuak themselves can come back and trying to recall whether they really need to go back into that condition. One factor that I've seen that it has ill intention. You have seen the jungle estate, which is the closed area. They used to call them Afanal estate
Mhm.
before the South Sudan become independent, of which Anuak used to be part of it. The Anuak of Afanal, or the current state called Jongle, They would come and tell you if there is any good treatment that they and their neighbor Denga had among themselves before they can even talk of those in Ethiopia, that they are going to help those in Ethiopia. We have very big population of the Anuak that are currently loitering, kids that are loitering in Juba, others in Pashala, others in just places like Golkur and even Ajuara. And you can talk of Utala Lang and all these Jabarite, Pakok or uh, Korchum. So when you go to these places, there are all Anuak there, but they never get help. If you let go back and talk about let not talk about the entire South Sudan, but Jonglei state itself, within the Jonglei administration, you may find that those who are marginalized are the Anuak. If you find some of the Anuak that are in leadership, you'll find just very few, maybe two, three here. And if you talk, you get like 90% of a certain uh, sector of the government are being run by one ethnic or two ethnic group, while the Anuak are not part of it, but they are also considered to be part of that state. So you will see the injustice there. And here they are saying, oh, we are really concerned about the well-being of the Anuak of Ethiopia, so we need to go help them. And the time that they could have helped this Anuak of Ethiopia could have been 2002, 2003, when those people were massacred and they need the help the most. That's when they could have come up with that project. Say, hey, why are you killing these people? We were here. Even South Sudan government by then could have mobilized forces if that's what the Denga want. That could have made sense to every individual. Like a reasonable person would have said, okay, we are now giving these people an appreciation. So with the current move that they are doing, there are two things or three or five that you can look at. One, South Sudan now is fragmented, is it has disintegrated. We don't see it coming, but it's there. Whether there is physically seen yet, you can tell people, even people who been together for a long time, but you happen to be from different tribe, you become have a reservation of what to say and who you need to talk to. People become selective of who they need to interact with, and that because something danger is coming down. You have seen across the country that people who are non-Denga tribe have been marginalized and terrorized, and they are now being protected by the foreigners in their own country. This is their country, it's not someone else's country. And who marginalized, who did this to them is Denga. You go in the capital city of Juba, non-Denga tribe are the one now under the UNIMIS, protected by Chinese, by Afghanistani and Iraqi. I'm just saying this as an example. But those who are protecting them are not South Sudanese. So you recently seen that President Kiir said, I do not have forces to go and protect anybody. But if you run, you're able to escape from that war wherever you put it at, and you reach me in J1, I'll protect you. But I would not like you to open your mouth. You just shut your mouth and listen to me. So that means South Sudan is now driving into hell for sure. If you read the article recently, I can quote that side, but it was reported that South Sudan become like third country. They made it to the number three, the danger nation to live in. So what do you look at? You see that these people, the Denga Bor, are trying to find the way to escape. This is one five of what I'm trying to allude into. They
Right.
are trying to find a way to escape. And the way to escape is that if they go, already they are in Kenya. Okay, brother, if you go to places like Kapunguri, Nakuru, Eldorot, Machakos, Nairobi, these are all Denga Bor. Just forget about Kakuma. Kakuma is a refugee camp, but I'm talking about the Rift Valley. The entire Rift Valley province is being occupied by them. So if you go to some places, they name them after their name. Some places called Deng, Mobur, whatever. And these are Kenyan places. There is a fear that there is chances are possibly like some years to come, you will don't be surprised that you hear one of the Denga is running for Rift Valley province governor or some other position within that area. Because right now they can use anything, money talk. That's what Kenyan said. You give Kit Kidoko, then they take it, and you get that fake document. You consider to be citizen, and as long as they speak Kiswahili, they speak local language, then they will come up. And then like 50, 100 years from now, you will find another civil war fighting. I mean, fought in Kenya because that become their land, and that's why you hear when they say the triangle was left to Kenyan. Kir don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care because they are already deep into Kenya. To Kenyan, they think that they invaded South Sudan. They have not invaded anything because these people are already there. They are in charge of everything, and it's only about money. You playing it right, then you get some to where you want. So now, to be able to get those people out of Bor area in case of any danger, let's say they fall apart with Kir, because there is possibility that they will go to war with Denga Barkazal and Denga Bor. So they will have route to escape. A route to escape is only possibly Pibor, okay? And then Okelo, you come to Bichala, and then you hit it. Either if you go to around Butanyuam, then you can easily get to PINYUDO. If you go direct, then you just hit Gilo. But if you go on the right side, then you hit like Jabo Right and then make it to Dima. So now you have a safe route. So these are possibilities that these are just the thing that I'm analyzing, and it's up to individual to interpret what their real intention behind it. Now, if that is not the case, then their intent is that okay, now Murle become an obstacle because they invited Murle, and here's what happened. How the Denga are not good. They came and make a collusion. What is it? Collusion with the Nuer White Army, the Nuer Law, and they said, okay, let's go ahead and stop the Murle because they always come and steal our kids. Sorry, this is a long thing. If you want to cut me short, it's okay because I can go on and on.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm?
I think we have to stay on this topic right here. Why
Yeah.
ANYUAK reject the project to build the amendment in ITANG and in PINYUDO and
Mhm.
all over the place, like Bonga, Dima? Why? That's the
These are
question.
these are the factors. What I'm saying now is a part of the topic because you cannot take one item and say, "Oh, I rejected it because of this." You have to look at the failure of that individual because I can be faking it that I will come there. The ally with the Denga is not working. That's why I'm saying, like, when they made collusion with the Murle, with the Deng, with the Law Nuer, and we know that they fall apart with the Nuer in a couple time. 91 they fall apart, 2013 they fall apart, 2016 they fall apart. Okay, so now when you look at this, they came and pick it. Let go and wipe off the Murle. They came together. The Nuer went, invaded Lokwangle. They took Murle cattle. And then what they did, they went and ambushed the Nuer. They took the cattle from the Nuer and they say, oh, you're not going ahead. That's what made Nuer to pull out. So what I'm trying to say, the Anyuaka has a right to reject any sort of relationship with these people. Okay? The other factor you guys need to take as an example is we, the Luo in Barakazal, in a will, we intermarry with the Denga. We speak their language better than any other Denga. But when they come into our area, they pretend like although we welcome, like the Anyuak want to say now, oh, the Denga are okay, let them come and stay here. What we did was we welcomed them. There was no fight. They did not come by force and invaded our land. They came there and then they just want to shelter because they have a war in their area. So we welcome them. Oh yeah, it's a God creature. So let them stay there. Then the next thing you know, that place become like right now they name them any other place they call it like Nyamlel. The word Nyam and then Lel is like you eat the stone. But that's not how it used to be. It used to be called Nam Lel. Nam Lel was before the Kwajat. But when Kawajat came, they start making people eat the stone. So the place changed its name from Nam to like Nyamlel because people are made to eat the stone there. So that place now become their place. And if you ask them how do they end up there, they have no explanation. It's just our place. So all you guys, the Anuak need to do now is to ensure they should not come there. There are another way they will come either through marriage, that the marriage one of the Anuak, and he will come there. His in-law. Oh, he will come as one though. I marry Anyuak, I have kid with the Anyuak, I'll send my wife there, then she will go build a certain shelter, and then tomorrow I'll bring my cousin. Oh, this is my cousin. Let her son or daughter build the house there, and then you see like the family grow. And the Anyuak don't see that. They are like Luo to us there in Barakazang. We don't take things until like you actually witness the danger of it. When people are saying it, you don't listen to it until you experience it. So some of the Anuak, I've seen that they said, oh, what is wrong with Denga bringing us a school? But what they don't ask, do Denga have that school in their land that they want to bring? Or where will they get that school from? How many Denga land there that don't have clinic? Even if you go to Akon, where Kir Mayadi, the president, come from, that he was born in, you will not find a single clinic, brother. You will not find a single school, so that you can come and claim that they are bringing a school and they are bringing some development to you. All they are exporting is the worst part of the Denga. One thing they will come and do, like the factors you were talking about is sensitive. In Agenga, the river that called Gilo, right? That river
Right,
right there.
yeah, Gilo.
When we were in Punyudo, yeah, there were like little over 27 of us or something, because we started off like a small group, like 50 people, and then later on it increased to like 100, and then come 1,000. Later on it was all over. When we come there, the only place we can go and spend our day at is on that river bank under the mango trees, because the Anuak plant all kind of mango.
Yep.
To Denga, they think those mangoes grow on its own. Guess what happened? The Ayak did not even care. They think, oh yeah, Ajuel, Nathan Gigo to, go to catch Walaja Bishikil, like, they are stabbing and let help them. Even if they find you taking mango, they never talk. And they have this a boy like Miss that they plant.
Yeah.
We tell them too, they never talk. They just think that, these are kids that are stabbing and they care about it. And even if you come and knock on the door, that's how they open up, because they are bad with people who treat them nice. I'm telling you. So what they did after that, when you go there and then they give you this food, then now you go there, you want also to rape the wife. You will come like in 10 of you, more than one, and then you override the family or the husband of that lady and you rape it. My friend, it was not a good thing. Just in front of us, we were young kids. They were doing some stupid thing. And when you see them, the Anya will cry. Ajuel murapang. Yani umat yak murayej. A lot of people are there watching, and we start crying sometime. It is nothing that you guys need to invite back. Okay, this is serious. You don't want to invite this thing back to go and have your daughter, your sister humiliate in front of you when you were not intended to. This is a long-term plan, my people. So the decision that you guys are rejecting it is a fair deal, and it's a good decision. If, let's say, myself, I don't care. I don't need to live there. If I need to remember Itang, I need to remember Bill Farm, I need to remember Punyudo, I'll go and visit. I'll pay visit. I'll pay for my things, and then I'll come through the local government legal procedures, and then I come there within the time that was given to me and visit. Right now, the Anyuak has enough on their plate. The refugees are still in their land, and the Anyuak themselves were made to be refugees. You have now thousands of Anyuak in Kenya that are refugees. They were expelled out. So you don't want to invite more problem so that you can now abandon your ancestral land that God has given you. The other thing I'm saying is that if not that plan, then the other plan would be you need to go back and watch Garang video when the capture of Panyala, the collapse of Pachala in 1987. When Pachala fell, Garang was saying his plan will be that, and you can also go and read his portfolio, the last article that he wrote for his graduation. What do you call it? I don't know, for those who are graduate. So he had a plan on how he can actually run the agriculture and jungle and all these things. The intent, if Graham was alive, it could have been danger to each and every one of us, regardless what Kir is doing now. I know Kir is doing the worse than Garang, but that could have been done in a smart way of which you don't even understand. Okay, nobody would have reacted to it until like you just you are already become a victim, and then you have no way to escape it. The plan was that when Sudan become independent, then the area that Bor are in will be relocated. The Bor will be pushed out either to Korchum, those of Pakok, and then those places, because they are good of Simsim, he will actually establish or create the factory for the Simsim there in Korchum or in Pakok, like close to Jabaride and Giza. So that was the plan that he laid out, and he was so praying about it. It was not something that is like a hidden agenda, so that the Anyuag will come and surprise today that why why the Denga coming back to us. This plan has been there, and right now is a time for them to implement it. That's another factor. I'm thinking that they are coming back, and they cannot start it in Peshala, because if they start it in Peshala, possibly the Anyuag of Peshala will see mistreatment, and they can run to Ethiopia. When they run to Anyuag, Ethiopia, they will have way to resist it. They can still come back and hit the Denga. So the best way to do it is to plan. You come from the back, and then now you let people inside. These people inside, if you control the outside here, the center, which is I'm referring it to the Anyuak who poll in the border of Ethiopia, then those in South Sudan will have no place to go. All they can do is to give in, and when they give in, then the project is done. And then the other third thing is that you will now deal with the Murle and the Nuer from inside. Those one will no longer have a say. So Daniel has a couple reasons to reject this thing, apart from the humiliation that they had actually put up during our staying in Ethiopia. We have not been nice to them, but they've been nice to us. There is something we call thing. What is it called? Like, when they make the local marisa, and then kong. Yeah, namantamul kong. Piting kire ajadal bitalo fi kong de.
Con. Abara.
Yani, I fi ajad kire naman yamulu. Those things are the remain or chunu kire bitat the marisa de. Those things Anyal used to give them to us too, to go and eat them, because kan mafia akil.
Alaga.
Me, me myself, ya uwara, I survive, I live because of Anyuak. When we were there, mafia kill. So what we do when we come to that river under the mango,
Mhm.
Benamchu betani kide. My uncle used to be friend to them. So they come kwarduma. They give us some food, we eat there, and then later on in the evening we go back to our masker. That's how I survived it. And I feel sorry when I see all these things are happening to the Anuak. So it is imperative for the Anuak who are thinking this thing is a political motivated. No, it's a tribal political motivated. The Denga need to extend their territory. They already control so many territory from non-Denga tribe in South Sudan, and now they want to extend it into a neighboring country so that they can control other tribe that have been divided. You can see they send like 7,000 militias in Madi land, because there is normally belong to Madi. Normally it's just exactly like the way it happened to Anuak.
Mhm.
Normally there is Madi of Sudan and then Madi of Uganda. That's how they divided it. But they went there and then they invaded this. Now Madi of Sudan ran all the way to Uganda. But because they have a very tight relationship with Uganda government, so now they don't have any say. Madi of South Sudan that run into Uganda, they cannot stage the resistance to come and fight back to reclaim their land. So that will not happen to the Anuak. So they have seen that they don't have very tight relationship with the Ethiopian. So therefore, let's go this way, and then we will just later on, defend ourselves. So to make it short, unless you have a question, I'll be back here listening to and mute myself. Thank you.
Thank you, Wara. You answer more. So that's why most of them Anyuak reject the project and PINYUDO and ITANG. So uh, that one, Joseph, do you have anything to say about this topic?
Okay, thank you. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we hear you well.
All right. First of all, I want to say thank you, Mr. Joe, for giving me this opportunity to express my grievance that happening in ANYUAKS society for years. And I also want to thank my brother or this young man, Okelo Kiki, for alert. You really did a great job for ANYUAK people, for the something was cooking around without their knowledge. But I want to touch on something before I proceed about my speech today. Last time, Mr. Okelo, you mentioned that the deal is over. The management you guys are you reject over, but you must be aware that money talk, which is great idea, good thing to say. And let me say this. Let me say the terms bribe. Now we have a new leader, Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed. Abiy Ahmed is a servant leader. When you look at him, the way he walk, the way he talk, the way he respect the people, he's a servant. He's not a leader about the money. Dr. Abiy is anti-corruption. He won because he's harmonizer. He won to reunite and rebuild Ethiopia gradually, precisely, but not a rational leader. Now, the same thing to Omodo Juro. The governor of Gambela, Omodo Juro, is anti-corruption too. He wants to reunite Gambela and rebuild Gambela gradually, precisely, working together with Dr. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Now, if you think about bribe, because I say this because maybe there are some perceptions few days ago say that there is a cheap bribery or expensive bribe. That's the reason I bring this point. So if you think that you want to bribe Dr. Abiy and Omodo Juro, you're dealing with the wrong people. You are dealing with the wrong people. Bribe is a bribe. No matter how expensive it is or how cheap it is. Why not $10? Why not $1? Why not penny on 1 cent? Is illegal, not acceptable. 1 cent in terms of bribe is illegal. But when I'm telling my people, the people who may think that, hey, there's a cheap bribe or expensive bribe, if you do, prepare yourself for consequences so that you will not regret, and do not condemn Dr. Abiy and Omot. Let me say again, Dr. Abiy and Omodo Juro, they are anti-corruption. Do not make mistake, my brother. But remember, there is no cheap bribery, there is no expensive bribery. That's all I can say. Let me go back to my topic now, or to my speak now. First of all, ANYUA reject the proposal in which already the deal is done, is finished. We reject it already, but we have to come up with the reasons why ANYUA reject the amendment to Iraq in ITANG, Bilpam, Bonga, you guys, they call it Bongo, it's called Bonga, PINYUDO, in many other places. Let me go back to Bilpam first. Bilpam is not ANYUAC terms, and we don't know where it's come from. Bilpam area is called the Paw. There is a river there where there's a lot of tall coconut tree. I think my brother Okiro know that area. That river is called the Paw. The Ogol people they used to live there, and then later on they moved on Opiano Bank, Opiano River Bank. So it's called the Paw, not a Bilpam. Bilpam is not renamed by SPLA. I think it's renamed by Anyanya too, because Anyanya too were there. They renamed it Bilpam, but we don't know what that term mean, or I don't know what language it is. So now, let me ask you, my brother Okelo, 2 words I want you to ask. What's white mean or wall in South Sudan language? I know there's a lot of South Sudan tribe, maybe over 60. I don't know how many of them. So these 2 words, if you know, please, can you tell me what does the white mean and wall mean?
Wall.
Wall.
Wool is just a name of someone.
Oh, I
So,
cannot hear you, brother.
Sorry. Yeah, the word wall, which
Yes,
is it should be WOL, right?
yes.
And
I
then
don't
the
know. They say wall. I hear it in
okay,
Itang.
there are, I'm trying. Yeah, I'm trying to give you some. There's
Yeah,
2 things that sometimes if they say wal,
yeah.
is we call it a cop in Luo. A cop that mean like some sort of you use the
One.
bugulution, no?
The
One.
grain, the
More
flour.
like opposite to Kwan, you
Yeah,
know.
the corn. Yeah.
Yeah, it's more opposite to Kwan because it's
Oh,
a cop. A cop mean like when you
yeah.
mix it, it will be like what is it? You use actually surgum like cereal aja deh.
Sometimes
Digi
you call it more pukak. Yeah,
mapuk. Yeah,
okay.
that's
Thank you.
what they call
All
it
right.
walwal. That's what you hear a lot. Walwal is
Mm,
common to Chala people. They like it a lot. And then Dengabor. That's one other thing.
okay.
But you said the other word is what? White?
White.
Like
White.
W.
White.
White. I don't know. It's not an
No, no.
English. It's not an English term. Not English
Yes.
term.
Yeah.
We hear this language. I
Okay.
hear this language
I,
in Itang.
I think it could be something just, when you say white, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know. But I know walwal, and then if you had someone say wool, it mean like, walwal is dengabor. It's common for them because, they don't have teeth, upper teeth. Sorry, I make fun of them sometimes. so,
uh,
so they don't know how to cook kwan. When they do kwan, they make it like madida.
Oh.
So,
okay. All
yeah,
right,
mostly
brother.
they eat
Thank you.
walwal. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Let me say the reason I read these 2 words so that I know. This is the thing that includes the SPLA atrocity committed on Anuak community. Because we are here today to tell the world you are South Sudanese, you are Ethiopian, you speak English, you speak Anuak, you speak any language. We are telling the world today the reasons we reject the amendments, and so that they know why. Because usually you don't reject something simply like that without no reason. Some reason may be good, but some reason may be not good. This is, let me start from white. White, I hear that the term when the South Sudan or SPLA were in Itang, in the morning, every morning or afternoon, the South Sudanese SPLA soldiers, because they knew the local community people that are coming to the city or to Itang town for shopping, right? So those people will come to Itang or to the town for shopping in the morning or going back to the villages afternoon. So the SPLA soldiers, they will go to the roads, like in around Anyali village and Peñmala or Peñma. The SPLA soldier will go there on the road. They will mark the road with the ash. You call it burro, right? You call it burro, right? Burro. Yeah, they will mark it with
Yeah, we call it bur.
the
Let
burro.
me
Yes,
also. Yeah, we call
yes.
it bur the same. And
Oh,
also
okay.
when when you said white, there is one thing much like when it's much,
Yeah.
much. What is it in Anuak? Like if you go and spear like the
Okay.
buffalo, the
Okay.
buffalo.
Oh,
Yeah,
Okay.
and then you akel when in the buffalo akel, then you said
okay.
why, you know why, and then you
Okay.
add some other thing there. So it's more like much, yani. Thank
Right.
you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. So when they mark the road, whenever the local community people coming, if you cross that mark, three things, my brother, will happen to you. Either you are a woman or you are a man. They charge you because you crossed that mark. That's number one thing. No matter how much money you have, you must pay. How much money you have in your wallet, that needn't hold. But you don't, they will beat you until you pass out. And they say, white, 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 white. You get me now?
Yeah, they say why Marial.
Okay, what that
That
mean? What
means
that
you
mean now? You
trap,
get me
you
now?
trap, like you trap. That's what I'm saying. You got into a trap. That's what it is.
Okay, white, 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 white until you pass out. That the second thing happened to you. The third
Why?
thing happened to you.
Let me
If that
explain
means,
it. Let me explain it in terms of the movement. What they do is, if you have a rank of like a private, what is it? Private PB1, like private one or two, and
yeah,
then like ukulari or ukil.
yeah.
There's a limitation on how far you can actually punish someone. So what they do is, if you eat a low kill, then they will tell you you will only beat someone with one sword. That means it a low regatatat when you lay down, he will say adi white. So adi white sword. That means is Arabic word. That's now the way you
Oh,
are explaining it is what Arabic word. So you will be beaten one, and then you stand up, and then they said numtad again, and then you beaten again white, another one white, there until like it reached to like 1,000, and it's still when his senior come and ask him, why did you beat this person that much? And he said Zolda Khan Makalib, because I told him to respect the orders, do what I told him, but he did not he did not comply with it. So I have to beat him with one. That's why white is only one. That's all. Well, all he's doing is that even if it goes to like 1,000, scan. Bukun Lisa is still counting it as white. Loita begit
okay.
chawich inda kamsa sot. Bugula diu
Mm,
kamsa. Bodule kamsa, I used to be shooter too. So that's how now when you explain it, I know. I can put
thank you.
someone down ugula diu ashara sot. So you
Thank
when
you,
you
brother.
ashara sot, you stand up. I will still okay. If you don't comply, then I will say okay, adio asharatani. So if my senior come and ask me why do you went that far, I'll say no, ana dare to best asharasot. And I'm had to get be shirin sot, the asharasot. So thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Okay. Thank you, brother. I understand now. That means it's number one. Until you pass out everything one, 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 right? Wow. Okay. So this is the second thing happen to you. They will beat you if you don't have the money until you pass out. The third thing, if you're lucky, if you're not lucky, you disappear. You don't see your
Now,
loved one
now,
anymore.
excuse me. Let me explain now. The world that you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm going there. Okay.
No, when you are bitten, they said
Yeah.
will. That means turn it to the other side. That's a danger now. Will,
Oh,
will. That
Denka.
means turn to other side. Yeah, that's a danger language.
Okay, so white
Now,
is Arabic
white
and
is
wall
Arabic,
is Denka.
and then will. That means turn it. Like
Okay.
turn it to the other side. Don't beat it on
Okay.
one side. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, Denka and white is Arabic.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank
When
you.
when you trying to explain now, you start to get the term itself. Go ahead.
I see. I see. I got you. Okay. So now the third thing that will happen to you there, if you not lucky, you disappear. You don't see your family anymore. You die. Okay. But if you are a woman, you cross that mark. They will do the same thing to you. They will charge you to pay the money. You don't have the money. They rape you until you pass out. The third thing again, if you man, you're not lucky, you disappear too. In terms of white, because they're marked. Let's go to World War. World War, these terms or this what is happening every month. By the time they were in ITANG, it's happening every month, all year round, or every week. So when they say World War, whole SPLA from every corner in ITANG, they were running direction to where ANYUAK is, because ANYUAK mainly they live in downtown in ITANG. They ran to that direction within few minutes, you will see ANYUAK body everywhere. A lot of people die. Wall. Maybe, I don't know, maybe call, hey, come on, let's go kill them. I don't know. Come on, let's go join me, let's go kill them. I think so. All right. That is number 2 atrocity that SPLA committed. I'm not talking about any tribe in South Sudan. There's ANYUAK in South Sudan. There's ANYUAK in SPLA army. All tribe in South Sudan. I'm not finger point on any tribe. I'm talking about SPLA atrocity in ANYUAK land. Okay. Atrocity number 3. There were one guy from Bilpam or the Pur. That guy, I don't know his name. He lived there all day long. For the people, for the local community who want to come. If you know Bran Salam, I don't know. It's kind of between Pejur, because Pejur, after Pejur, you go into Iwuru, or Nyakwali, or Ideni, or Cham, or Penyeo, or Adujuake, all the way to there to Joko. These guys were there. He's sitting there. When he see you coming, he will call you, hey, come on, come here. When you go, he do the same thing. He will feed you with a raw bird like crow or vulture meat. That not cooked very raw. This is atrocity number 3. Atrocity number 4. They kill Uncle David Oduro's nephew. His name is Didumo. But ANYUAK was seeking for peace. Why you guys killed the guy? But they refused to negotiate. They declared the war, and they fight with ANYUAK militia and ITANG. Big fight. Big fighting. A lot of ANYUAK died. Militia and the South Sudan army, SPLA army. So it became the war front, the front zone. All years they've been there. Okay. Atrocity number 5. The 1989, within 3 different cities, ITANG, Akado, PINYUDO, the same day, the same time, very well coordinated. They massacre 1,800 ANYUAK 4 times. 4 times the TPLF 400 ANYUAK killed. 4 times. Genocide began from there. In front of our government. The communist regime. ANYUAK are dying there. There's no government. Take the action. This is what we need. Is SPLA really why they do that? Do they have something? Do they have a deal with our government, the communist regime, or no? Do they have a deal with the Gambela administrators? We don't know. I remember one of my friends, his name was Kudamat. They were meeting one day. Mungisa Al-Mariam was in Gambela. He mentioned that there is anarchy here in Gambela administration. This is here in Gambela, not your fault. What we want the SPLA to know. One day we want the SPLA government to tell us the reason they're killing the ANYUAK, but Ethiopia government don't take action. We want to know that. Because tomorrow, right now, we are telling the SPLA government that they kill our people. Okay, there's atrocity committed to the ANYUAK. Right now, we are telling the world so that they know what SPLA did, because they already write the book that they've been killed by ANYUAK, which is lie. We are telling the world now. But tomorrow, we will proceed with the lawsuit against SPLA government for compensation and for apology. I hope South Sudan government is hearing right now. I said last time, but today I said it again. Okay. Now, I know there is a lot of people who want to talk today. I'm not sure how many people will be here. ANYUAK want to say today the reason they reject the minimum. These are the reasons we reject the minimum. And I said last time, today again, minimum cannot build in somebody's country because Lost Boy or Red Army did not fail or did not die for Gambela independence or liberation. They die or they fail for their own country. They run from persecution to Ethiopia. We welcome them, we save them. If they want to build their monument, should be within South Sudan. People are still very poor there. You said earlier, you mentioned earlier, no clinic, no hospital, no school. What people are still poor and they live internal in their own country, they live like refugee. If they don't build anything there, why they go to somebody's country. All right. So my brother, there is a grievance in ANYUAK community, but the South Sudanese opened the wound. They really reopened the wound very bad. But I want to thank you to inform ANYUAK for what is going on, cooking around. Be close with ANYUAK people. We know the assimilation happened to Bargazal there. We know. You guys welcome them, and they rename you Jurchol, right? Chol was the first. Chol was the person who come to you, and then you welcome him, all right? But instead to call you Luo, they rename your name Jurchol. That means you are Jur for Chol. Chol become origin, and you guys become as visitor. I'm glad you guys working on it to fix it so that you guys will go back so that you will be called Luo originally. Now we call you Luo. We are not Jurichol anymore. We ANYUAK, we know that. Right, brother? So that's all I can say. There's a lot of ANYUAK want to say it, either today or anytime. So just we want to let the South Sudan government know that the reason we reject them. We want to go one by one what they did to ANYUAK society. That's all I can say today, my brother. You have something? You are welcome. Joe, I think I end my talk there.
Okay. I think let's take a break a little bit. We still got like 5 minutes left. Probably Mr. Bung will open his show. I don't think there's nobody coming right now. I didn't see anybody request the show. And still you and me and Brother Kelo. And this topic is, I told you guys before, nobody don't want to talk about it. Very sensitive. Very, very sensitive. That's why ANYUAK, they don't want it at all. Okay. I might go to tell some brothers back home. Let me speak a little bit about this issue by ANYUAK language. If it's okay for you, Kelo, it's fine.
No, it's good. You know, where
Awesome.
Barong
Thank you. Kijira topic man mawa malka goni una pochu bet unen yeka goni kelka pat unen na goni poj mit wong rich achiwa jiu. Topic man jupo and a gim the prelet. Gina ko anywa du bor ne giya man boloin kaman chudi pen ingo mara anywa ket ke pera permo. Tangini achan nga duong Joseph Paro. Tangini achan okelo cho mokelo ena no nen woju gudanyo ke per jespel espele ka oge payo ne beti PINYUDO ne beti ITANG itaki depo itaki Paul de jame mere megitio de ranywake mere dodoro apole go igi ke pen chuo ma betra da megi photo man motra de ma ka jame metete deji moto kele mok apole mok chirgo wok ke jame moti gini de ANYUAK gin beno kona topic man and a topic matek boloin kaman chana ko go badi chana ka perne winya nywa ni gra man ganga de man ka perne bi chut penyingo mara nywa jame mere do da moti jure moy de tone beno kona gin boloin dio ginen wadi chana kanyan ANYUAK de bor moy ko go ben gin boloin kaman ti kan guide ba message man dong ne lero jibena mawi kot jawiche kamor tengin cheto ni jurmor teng jurmi chanon kamor chingi gichewo ga perne ga chingi tiyo ke teng ki mi chanoni o le mo ke ni la man ko ne de kong be de pen be mo wi ko wa pen be ma le ra kar ka che ni ba ko to de ba to de wa apolo da mi ko ke pen apolo da mi ti ni di cho da mi poto jami mi tete ko re no be gin ne to ne jurman kur jiyo ko ne o ngo mara nywa ke en no jure muy bolon ka man juje goni ke pere no chan be na mo ko to ni pa wani mar wani tijwa jurman budu ngo mara nywa ke pere jami mo tie a jotoni topic man be marai do bolon ke man chani kel ni chano kanyen pa da pa na dana mo do wo ko be aka na kon daga da mo ko pe jame mere do mo bolon ke man tigi dana mo dana ati gede je dana mi chana bolon ke man ji ngo mana mar joke ani abu man gina chana ke tenge mi mo go ne ani chuo jabo go dene chana mani do fe mon ko kundu ba de chana ne na lera ke par gin finchi chuo chawan ke par ne gi yamane chene bata ke te nyame be de chane kanyan ngani ni mira moy ba man go mon ni chani ke par lu man ba lu man di chana lu man na de a juel bangam duo pa chala no a juel bangam duo pa nyudo ke period mano don kera no baga ku buta ya po Bruno beno tieno Bruno beno tieno jo lain kaman goy de bro par ke par kore no oni no progo ma kai chene akwam magale samana maroni kaman progo ma kai chene ke ji dongo mo ke ne penye keni ko le mo ke ne pucho ke ne puto male keni ne ginde para jige ke la ngune ke ka to ne watoro ban ngo ke jira be jo man ne to no kanyen ba ji po mo gano lo kaman no ke kanje po ke parne dia man ne nyak geni ke para cara mo ji po gina to na cara man kala wok be par jame mo gone ne chan ngat wong ne gelo ne chan brother okelo jami mo keni be jami mo bolon ke parne dana ne ching nye ka ngade cheni na mangade chenu tie gun right deri ena dana mi chi mo ke welcome you to mana mari I don't think so ke jira batage ke jira message man be parji po mo ka na pache cheni okay son okay di dana mo manye ne jute kany kuano ke jira ne cha da jio is okay to Joseph show da man lan ka man jawi ke cha bara obang kilo ke jira lan man to ne show mari jawi jawi cha bara kuana wala oportuno continue de dan mo pe kan ne ganga di mare ne ganga di ne ti ne dunye wa wona na mo lan jiu it's okay ne de mor mu dong to kaman chani it's up to you guys if we're gonna continue this topic is fine and from my part, there is nothing more I can say. I already say them all to my all generation, the one gonna come. So to condemn those kind of stuff, to not allow them to come to their own village or their own area again. So,
well, I think, sorry, Rob, you.
go ahead.
I think anybody who want to, to express his opinion or want to say something, you can welcome him because this is very sensitive issues, and this is very important. I know Bang have show in about 1 hour, 20 minutes. I don't know at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, I think his topic is something done already many years ago, and if they want to rebuild it or reorganize it, or it's good too. It's good, not bad, but nothing new about it. I think they're trying to figure out how to do it again, but this one is very important. So you can welcome anybody want to say something, or if nobody, just end up, no problem. I don't know if my brother Okelo want to say something again, and or you want to correct me something? I don't know.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, let me say something. Let me add something here. I was reading the comment. Uh, I just need to say it, something to Brother Ujulo. Uh, Let me see. I've been reading some comment here. He seemed to say that Ujogilo is afraid of Nuer and Denga are not close to.
Yeah, forget that. I think
No, no. I just no.
you
I
don't need
need.
to answer that.
No, I know. I don't need to answer it, but it is.
Yeah.
Brother. Listen, Joseph. It is important if you want the community to get what they don't know, then you have to tell them. And it's up to them now. When they get what it is later on, then they will regret. You see, like the people, the major, what is it? People whom we are now considered to be like our icons or legends.
Mm.
They don't afraid to approach anything. You just said it what it is because it is true, and truth always claim itself. It doesn't matter. It doesn't hide. I just need to put this thing out there. It's not him only. When you see Umar doing all these things, there is someone behind him, and there are people behind another. Someone behind him, someone behind another person, and then that number will add up, and you get like 1,000 of them. So these people, they need to understand. It has nothing to do with Ojo Gilo. Even if we come here and talk about Nuer, it's not something that the Nuer had been there before the Denga. Okay? And when the Nuer came to Anuak, they did not just want to Ethiopia. They first interact or intermarriage with the Anuak of Sudan. You talk of Nasser. You have a guy named what is it? Tarjak. Because you talk about Itang. That's why this thing is important for me to clarify. In Itang, before Pizol Buguleo Tarjak, Tarjak, if you find out his mom might be from Anuak, Tarjak speak Anuak than any other Nuer, and he's from Nasir. But how did he become to understand Anuak? Majority of his family, you get like Ujulo, Umat, within Tarjak family, and these are the Nuer. So what I'm trying to say here is that when the Nuer come there, even if the word Bilfam, that place, the place that what is it? I wrote it down here now. You call it Dupa, okay?
The fight,
So
the
yeah,
poor.
Dufa. Yeah, the Dufa
The floor,
place.
yeah.
Yeah, when those of Konatem and Gaitut came there, they did not know. So whatever name they give them might be a relationship between them and the Ethiopia government by then. So they did not have to decide, as the local population, because they just found it is a good place to stay and there was nobody there. So they name it. Just like now, if you want to, if in the eastern Equatoria, there was a Jebel, there was nobody there. But I think it has a local language. When the Sudan government overpower us, we went there and then we hide under that mountain. And they said the name it in Denga, they said Ngatingen. That means who will see me. But that's not the name for it. Now it become to be known as Ngatingen. The Munu Yabuchubni. And then now everybody now calling it Ngatinga. But if you ask the local population, the native of that land, they will say this place is known as this. So what I'm trying to say here, our brothers, Umar and some other people like his type, they need to get this thing right. Okay, Denga are not playing, my friend. If you want to be in Unimis, let them come back to Itang. Let them come back to Gambela. Let them come back to PINYUDO. Let them come back to Dima. Okay, in Gilo we only have one koi. They can't be syllabus. You can't be Dima. Ajere pi Gilo. So I would not mind about that. Right, also we only have one Basila. Pijaba right. Can Matthew Nas. But right now, when Denga come to Ethiopia before, even if when they were doing all these things, Brother Joseph lay out, they did not have power. They were not powerful like they are now. Right now, they are in charge of South Sudan. Forget about Ethiopia. Ethiopia is nothing to them. They will come and mess it up good, and you will find out later on. One thing you need to understand, Kir Mayadit guy. So they are like in-laws, the Ethiopian government. So do not count much on the government. And I also need to clarify something. When I was saying to Anyuak that don't forget money talk, It is just that it's not about the leaders. The leader can come and go, like Abiy, who is the president of Ethiopia. He might be there for now, but guess what happened? The governor of Gambela, you will find out that tomorrow you wake up, you find out that is a new governor. You find out there's a new president. So the community should not count on the system. Do not put your community, the annual interest should not be based on the system, because the government always are, is the institution change. So you need to have a basic values such that you believe in. And here is what I need to tell you guys. I have seen Anyak Obutala and then the Ajuara. And even the what is it? The Chamlung is like way to Ethiopia. But when you talk about Ajuara and Utala, they are fighting with the Murle. They need to go back and trying to renegotiate. I know the Murle are hard to understand, but you need to explain it to them that look, what is happening? You guys are okay with us. We don't have problem. First of all, like Kojokoro used to tell me this. Kojokoro is one of the Switzerland guy. He spent most of his time in Anyuak. And he wrote a lot of books about the Anyuak. He called them Anyuak County, Anyuak County, Anyuak Country. So when he used to tell me, he's the one that tell me like, you guys are not Jurchol, you are Luo. When I said I'm Jurchol, he said, no, you are Luo. Don't call yourself that name.
Exactly.
The guy was telling me he's still alive. This is not a lie. Like, he
True.
told me, look, this is what happened. You guys need to understand. This is what it is. Now, our people, it is hard when I trying to explain to them. This is Kawaja. It's not even South Sudanese for me to say, okay, it might be misleading. So he happened to find the book. I went and asked my uncle, do you know about anything about this book? And then he told me, you know. So the problem is very big. You and you need to talk to Murle. Murle will always be your neighbor. Forget about Denga having power in South Sudan. So they are powerful, they have money, and we will just ally with them, and then they will give us weapon. South Sudan do not have any factory to produce ammo, like ammunition. Mafi talga ba mulupu junub. Mafi sala ba mulupu junub. Na Denga oman gia sa saladel. Mafi shirka bita akil sakit pi junub mafi. Tomato are being exported from Uganda for them to survive on. What kind of thing do you guys believe these people will bring to you? Mafi. So those of you need to get this thing right. Okay? Ita Umat, if you have something, you are associated much with Denga, and they are giving you that illusion that South Sudan will become a Denga nation, you need to eliminate that thought. This Dengaism will come to end. I'm telling you this as your brother. Okay? After even Ajat that they did to us in Barakazal, I'm telling you, there is nothing that Denga will do. Forget about Denga bita Barakazal. Denga bita Ajere and Luo bita Barakazal will not know. I'm telling you this. Anaga Nikele Magde, Usura bita Aikulu Denga. Okay? Lofiaja Alele de, danger thing coming to Denga, I will know. Lofiaja quest Albamchile Denga, I will know. I don't hit these people. But you know what? It allows him to gulu lezol batak. The way we are going is not a right way. Mafi trigger, there's no need of us putting everybody in jeopardy just because we have a peg interest. There's nothing into this. It's not even it's not a politic. Because in politically you will have a specific interest that you want to promote to achieve a certain goal. But Denga do not have anything to achieve. If you look at all their behaviors and all that are happening, is that they see what you did good and then they want to come and imitate it. But because they don't know how to do it and they don't ask you how you did it such that they can imitate and do it in their own area, they will pretend that they want to come and do it and then they claim something that they don't do. Now it become a disaster and people die, then they will surprise like what happened. That's why I call them monkey sometimes. Because monkey do, monkey say. Whatever you do, monkey will imitate. If you say it, they will say it the same way. You need to get this thing right, brother Omar. What I need you to do is what I need the ANYUAK to do is the ANYUAK of especially of Sudan, those in Nasir, Akoba, like Joko, all these places, those in Utali and Ajuara, Peshala, You need to come and tell Murle, look, this system will go, but we will always be here. At first, when Kochikor was telling me this, they said they give up some of the cattle. Anuak used to keep the big lash. I mean, they used to keep the cattle. But when they see the Murle are doing all these things, and there are a lot of meat, you know, in Anuak land, there are all these wild animal. There is fish you can farm and all these things. They say, okay, just take them. They are still animal anyway. Why would I care? After all, I'm the one running after it to prevent the lion from attacking them and then all this. So if you are okay with it, take it. But the Murle are still just anxious. So what do they need anymore from Anuak? Nothing. So the Anuak need to tell them, look, even Pibor, the place that the Murle are calling their place, is not. It's an Anuak land. Okelo was given up to the Murle. Nobody live there. Even the Murle themselves, they don't live in Ukelo. When you come to Ukelo, you find nobody there, but it's considered to be a place that someone will reside there.
You're
So
right.
you need to talk to the Murle and say, look, we should not go back to the 1600 or whatever 13th century. So we need to come up with the model that our kids need to study. And we give up the cattle to you guys. We don't have cattle anymore. I know the only people that are keeping cattle are those of Otali. But when Agadadit die, everything gone. Nobody anymore taking care of that. So you just need to talk to them and say, let's get along. For those who came, for those of Nuer who came all the way, Nuer Gajak, who are like in Pagak, and then those who are now sharing Itang with you guys, those Nuer have been there for a long time, and majority of them speak Anuak, and there are Anuak who speak Nuer. So this thing is an easy integration. You don't need to create more burden to bring in some people and thinking that Denga will come and chase Nuer away. Denga are not coming to chase Nuer away. Denga are calling Nuer their cousin. They never call Anyuak their cousin. You need to get this thing right. They will come there and kick you out and they will live with Nuer. You need to get it correctly. So do not get pulled. Those Nuer that are already integrated, you guys have like combined integrated forces with Nuer. In Gambela, if you go there, there will be a Nuer that is a police, and they speak Amharic, they speak Anuak, and they speak Nuer. What is wrong with that? They are already your people. The only thing that you need to isolate, and those Nuer are the one now making some other Nuer, whom they know they are not from Ethiopia, stay in the camp. They make them stay in the camp. You should know that Nuer are honest people. But I need to tell you this, if that was Denga getting that opportunity, you could have seen that those Nuer, those Denga from South Sudan would have not been staying in the camp. They could be staying outside like the native. And some of them would have even taken some other position of the government. So, Brother Umar and your other supporters or whoever you are campaigning for, you need to get this thing right. Those Nuer who have already, involved in the Gambela system or the Anuak area that been there for long, you need them to identify the Nuer of South Sudan, such that they cannot export the tribal problem that they have in South Sudan and bring them to you. You need to live with them. You need to just, be honest. Tell them what hurting you. But don't invite more to let Denga come there and thinking that if I brought in the Denga, then the Nuer will scare. Nuer don't scare Denga in South Sudan. I need to explain to you this thing. When in 1985, Nuer killed more Denga than any other tribe in South Sudan. And as we speak now, in Barghazal there, Nuer or Bantu alone, leave other Nuer. They are fighting with Denga Agar in Rumbek. They are fighting with Denga Tony, which is the Ajere Luanjang. And then they are fighting with Denga Gorial. You know, Ajere na Twitch Gorial, they are fighting with it. They call them Jurmana Anger. Those are the Luo section who have migrated from Luo area and then they become Denga. I'm talking about the assimilation that the Denga had done to us. They are fighting with these people, but Nuer have never abandoned their land. They are still there. So all these things need good conversation. Your neighbor will always be your neighbor. They will not go anywhere. But the system, the government, will always come and change. Who knows? Maybe Ethiopian tomorrow, the president or prime minister will be from Anuak. Who knows? Maybe the prime minister tomorrow will be from Nuer. Because there's no Denga in Ethiopia. Or will be from any other tribe. So you guys do not play the government politics into the social noom. That actually is what fragmented or split the society, and you become of no base. Because what happened is when this government come, you start worshiping the system than actually living on your values. Let the system actually respect your value, because your value are naturally given from mighty God. They are not human made. The system that who need to be president, who need to be governor, is made by the human, not by God. So I just need to add that thing, brother, and thank you for your time.
Thank you, Kelo. Wara Irapoch.
Um, uh,
Chi, like man, Chi Joseph.
yeah, I just want to say very small thing about the government. Uh, Something about how ANYUAK really being marginalized by mainly refugees. 2 days ago, for the first time in PINYUDO, someone posted on Facebook, one of my friends, I saw 3 logos, 1 logo and 2 flags. That's mean the government agents. The first thing I saw was ARA. The second was the United Nations logo. The third thing was the US. The organization called BPRM, something like that. When I saw ARA, their logo, almost, I can say the Ethiopia flag. That flag is not the Ethiopian original flag. It is the new Ethiopia flag that created for ethnic federalism. That logo only you can see the star. And I asked myself, I say, aha, I thought HARA is just like any human rights organization. You know, it's a government. That means when Rubiji killing the ANYUAK, they are killing the ANYUAK in the front of government because HARA is there in Rubiji camp. The TPLF government is there in Rubiji camp. That's why. That's the new thing I learned. But for all these years, I didn't know that ARA is a government agent. I just knew it because I saw the law. The Ethiopia government or the TPLF government is there. But hopefully, Dr. Abiy is a good leader, very visionary. He will change this or he will replace, even though they don't replace completely the ARA, he may, Dr. Abiy Nomot, they may replace those TPLF agents one day. Hopefully. I think he will do that. Because Urubiji should not kill the citizens in their in the front of their government. Something going on there, my brother. Very frustrated. You know. So yeah, thank you. That's all I can say, Mr. Ujo. I think I'm done.
Okay, thank you.
So I'll give to somebody who want to talk, or we finish our conversation here. Anybody want to speak on ANYUAK, let them speak.
A lot of people that requested, but I do send the link to you guys. Just download it and I will join you in, okay? Then after that, I will give you guys just a little song. I think this one.
Yeah, let me just say something to Brother Ujulo.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Brother Ujulo, you are right. You know, I'm saying, like, when I said you always you need to weigh, you know, the risk, okay, or you need to assess the risk to see, there's some sort of label. Okay, you can say normal, moderate, and then the severity of it too. So there are a couple categories that it fall under. When you weigh the risk between whether you need to stay with the Dengue or you need to stay with the Nuer, I think the option would be you rather stay with Nuer than the Dengue, because you have seen what the Dengue have done to so many. Like South Sudan has more than 80 tribes, and you have seen what they do now to South Sudanese.
Oh, they
So
have 80 tribe now, South Sudan?
it has more than 80, because what
Oh,
happened is the manipulation, like Equatoria alone has like 37 tribes.
oh, okay.
Barghazal, if you go to Western Barghazal alone, it has like
Hmm.
22 tribes that have not been mentioned into that. So now, if you add 22 plus 37, you are already at what, 60 something tribe?
59.
Yeah, about 59 tribe. And now the
Mm-hmm.
talk of 64, these are just the small area. If you add some other tribe, then you go more than 100. But because, what happened was when Denga took over the power, they only want to promote their Dengism. And that's what caused it all this, disaster in South Sudan now. That,
Mm-hmm.
everybody was wishing that we could get along, because first of all, we are black. We worship like we are in anonymous, that we worship so many gods like African. So that could have been just something that anybody would expect it. But all of the sudden, one tribe has this illusion that the country will be for them. Everybody else is either you are considered, if you are Anuak or Nuer, then you are considered to be an Ethiopian. If you are other than Anuak and you border like somewhere in Kenya, you fall there, then you are considered Kenyan. And then if you border Uganda, you consider Ugandan. And that's why some of the Nuer are now with you, because they are considered to be Ethiopian. The Nuer are not considered to be South Sudanese. So you guys need to understand. I understand the Nuer might, with your neighbor, even with your own brothers, you fight. I'm telling you, this is a human nature. But the way you can go about it is that because this person will not go anywhere in your life. I'm telling you, you just mentioned something important, that you have no borders with the Denga to be worried about. But now you should worry about them, because they had been there and you have seen how they live with you. So you don't have borders with them. But when they were there, they did worse than the Nuer did to you. Right now, after they left, they are even pushing some Nuer to do that too. And they are always calling the Nuer cousin. So Nuer have adopted some way of Denga life. And that's why you don't seem to get it. It is hard for me to explain it to you how you will get this, but maybe in some time in your life, in your future life, you will get it. Akwai, I'm not lying. You don't know me, okay? So when you say don't lie, you might be getting some sort of incentive in your situation, and I'm not blaming you. So it's okay with you. Go ahead. I live. Look, before even I come to Ethiopia, I live with the Denga. I did not just met the Denga in Ethiopia. Okay, my whole family, live with the Denga. If I go home today, I'm more Denga than Nuer. Okay, I have nothing against the Denga, but I'm just telling you what will happen to you. So if you want to try it out, do it. Those of Anuak who have actually left Ethiopia and then they come with us to Sudan, crossing Sudanese borders by then, they know they should tell you more. So if you are getting some incentive to go back and trying to give up the Anuak land, because of that short-term interest, you will get it. It's going to go down to your generation. So what I'm giving you here is a honest talk, brother. It has already affected me. I have I have little window to overcome this, because it has already infested into our genes. If you go there, you get like some of my sisters married to Denga. My mom is from Denga, okay? And I could even marry from Denga because I speak the language. I know the culture. If you want to fight, I fight. I know how to fight. I'm telling you this. I know how to do those stupid things that Denga does. I can live their life. That does not affect me. But what I'm giving you here is just a head up. Hey, what is coming is more danger than what you have with the Nuer. So you guys need to get this thing right. If you don't want to get it, it's okay. Go ahead with it until you see it. Thank you.
Thank you, Wara. Uh, Glad you answered them, all of them. Like Brother Kwai, Brother Kut, Uchala. So yeah, uh, we need to know that you open a little door and anything can happen. So this is the time we're gonna block any inches. We don't want any inches to open to these guys. That's why we're here to discuss it. Yeah, turn the camera on. You're already in, and turn the camera on, please. So there's one person you wanna join us, and but the camera is still not been turned on for some reason. You gotta turn your camera on, please. Then I can log out and come back in. So let that song play.
Well, while waiting for whoever to come and add their send, let me add my send here. Brother Acquire Amolo, yeah, you know what? I respect your view because you have a different experience with the Nuer than the Denga. So you think that this is an assumption and it's perception that you are doing, that you are saying, if you brought in Denga, then the Nuer will peer. But I'm telling you, Nuer will not go anywhere. This is the honest talk, brother. Even when we were in Itang, the Anyuak and the Nuer, they gang up and they fight with us. This is honest. They consider themselves local population. They say they fight us, Nuer of South Sudan, and then the Anyuak of South Sudan. They fight us together. So where will you put this Nuer? They will be there. So all I'm saying is that I'm not saying Nuer are better than Denga. The two tribes are the problem of South Sudan. The other one now, if you find by president and there three, like the top position is Nuer and Denga that are running them. The rest of South Sudanese are suffering. So I'm not saying Nuer are better than Denga. But what I'm saying is, you guys have already the Nuer that you consider Nuer Ethiopia. And these people, you have nowhere to chase them. So all you can do is find a way how you can have a better conversation since you also intermarriage. And this is what happened to us with the Denga. The Luo in Barkazal, we will never be separated from Denga. We can cry, we can do whatever it is, we can fight. But we still have to have a conversation with them. You have heard in Wow that we fought, okay, with those of Denga Toy, Denga Gorial. But what happened? We come to the resolution. This is what is happening. So you need just to understand. South Sudan do have a law. It's not that there's no law, but these two tribes they care less about whatever law you put apart. The only thing that you have seen them behave is in U.S. or in Australia. This country had people who respect the law. But if they top, if those people who are supposed to implement the law are actually not respecting the law, who do you think will respect the law? Nobody. It work out in the United States, it work out in the Australia, it work out in Canada, because Canadians respect the law. You come and steal candy, like the shoplift, then what happened? They will say, hey, this child took the candy, and then we report it. But to Denga, that is normal. It's just a candy. Let him take it. He doesn't know what it took for that person to get the candy, and what it took for him to put it on that shelter. There are processes that were involved, but they care less about those. So it's not because there is no law in South Sudan. There's law, but those who are implementing the law are the Denga and the Nuer. And these people, they don't abide with the law, especially the Denga. Bring them into your land. And then, brother, if we are still alive 10 years, 20 years from now, you'll come and tell me what you said is actually right. Okay? I'm not saying that, yeah, brother Omar Odolo, I'm not saying the Nuer have done something good to Anyuak. Okay? The Nuer did not brought anything good to Anyuak. But you don't want to actually, increase the burden that you are already facing. The challenge that you have already is done. So deal with the Nuer and leave the Denga out. If you bring these two tribe in, then you will become more than just, what is it?
Um,
We are not giving Nuer a green light in Gambela. We are saying there are Nuer already that are part of Gambela government. Okay, at some point, I think Nuer was a governor of Gambela. So you cannot take those Nuer out. Thank you, brother. Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead, Joseph.
Brother Okela, thank you. I think I know some people comments is not based on the topic. So today our topic is we are telling the world the atrocity that SPLA soldiers committed to Anuak people. I think that's our main topic today because we cannot put two spoons in our mouth at the same time. Or you cannot take down two elephants with one bullet. So I think let's focus on forget about those comments. Is their comment? They can they can say whatever they say, but let's focus on this topic. Mr. Ujo, if nobody want to say something,
There's
you can end this conversation.
there's one person trying to come in, but still could not get it well. But let's wait for him and let him song play.
Thank you.
Let's make the good one.
Thank you, bro. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Katire, katire, katire nyiten na rejur tangumbil kwajano yidore jangare
I'm
reru
gonna send you another one
monyite
again, okay?
mayaba dare yenyidan kwa o monyite meja. Let me take this off for you, man. Kamire nyiten na rejur tangumbil kwajano yidore jangare reru monyite mayaba mare yege yang pa o monyite meja. Kadir, Kadir, when you done not, you can go in.
Wara nyene je nyene nga no ma jere wara je nyene nga.
Yeah, Kadir, Kadir,
Who's the artist name?
you done not, can go in. I get my voice, Rara, Mapel is allure, it's not a value actually.
I like this.
Yeah. Katir, 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 you can marry. I'm going to. I just want to go. Maria, I'm going to make Katir, Amin Katir, 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 bukan na bikin, dan berundi, hari yang kau tahu nyata meja. Ariye nyiten patiro nyiten gatos. Ariye nyiten mirkama lias narwat. Kadye nyiten magautuk mawa kadun jengjeri. Mawa kadun lanyata kadun yandit. Mawa kadun yarwati tun yandit. Mawa kadun yarwati. Ariye nyiten patiro nyiten gatos. Ariye nyiten mirkama lias narwat. Kadye nyiten magautuk mawa kadun Lanyako kadun yandit, bawa kadun yarwati tun yandit.
Good button play.
Bawa kadun yandit, bawa kadun yandit, kadun yandit, bawa kadun yarwati tun yandit. Ayo nyiten patiro nyiten latoi. Ego ye nyiten mirkama lias narwat. Ben magautuk mawa kadun jengjeri. Mawa kadun lanyar kadun yandit. Yandit. Don't do it. Okay, you are funny, man. This guy like drama. I will talk to you later. What I put the comment. Okay, is so funny. He's a funny guy. And when you tell me, come on, why you don't use me? Now, what do you think? I want to what you need. I
Ati
know.
wana kuingere de. Oje kuingere de. Ni koma ni ngiri ngiri chono. Koma ni pop kire.
United, right man, that's why. Now, what do you need? Iya, nyerum tadi beliau. Apa ibu waraya? Ujo aja, ujo kilo, it's your problem, man. You need to take that out. Apa ujulo? Fuck you, guy. War. You know we are family, so let's forget about all this nonsense. Okay? Mafia nyak with Ethiopia, mafia nyak with the Sudan. There's no Luo or Barghazal, Mafi Cholo, Mafi Pere, Mafi Acholi. We are all one. And you guys need to take this into account. Even the system that is in Ethiopia, you guys don't hold the big position. It's only the governor of Gambela Yawadulekum. Okay? Mafi Nasi Nak, Fianyak, God for defend. And in the Barghazal, we made it all the way to defend. But my cousin was murdered. They might as well be it. It's my blood relative. If you go there and look at the physical picture, you will see my aged appearance. And we resemble. We are in the same. We are born in the same town. And then I just need to tell you this, Akwai and Ujulo. You guys need to get this thing right. And in Luo, we don't have any problem against anybody. We get along with our neighbor, but sometimes we just happen to have been created in the land that people are not that nice. We tend to give them a very good treatment, but they don't treat us right. So you need to get it. Do not turn it on Ajede, Ujogilo or Joseph. Leave these people. They are your brothers, and they will always be your brothers. You guys need to find a way to get along. Don't accuse someone with something that you don't have evidence to provide. Okay? You can call me a lie. You can call him a lie. First of all, I do not have any communication of Ethiopia government to give me a connection that yeah, I'm supporting Ethiopia government. I do not have a connection of government of Gambela. What we are talking about is what is happening. You already have a problem here, but you
Okay,
have not solved it. And you are telling me, what is it? Oh, I got muted. You are
Yeah.
not solving it. So don't take it on someone else. Let come together first. And then we will fight
Jura, do know
as one.
Ethiopia, Garka?
Okay? We'll fight
Oh,
as one family. But you cannot push me away and then expect me to support you. I cannot support you. Ujo Gilo cannot support you if you are not also trying to understand what is trying to prevent. What we are talking about is trying to prevent something. Prevention is better than cure. Do not let it happen and then trying to find a solution to it. Right now, trying to prevent it from coming in. And then meanwhile, you are dealing with what is going on. You have problem already. So, Brother Umar, the problem is that you seem to say, let's not talk about what is coming in. The Nuer are already killing us, so let's find a solution. Denga cannot come and rescue you from the Nuer. All we need to do is the Luo. You need to ally with Chuluk. You need to ally with Nas Nuer, but Ethiopia. You also need to ally with those of Murle. Just trying to minimize because these will be your neighbor every time. You don't neighbor with other people. Once you settle this, then now you can find the rest. But do not go there and say I will bring American in. The America come and rescue us. You will be like people in Iraq. And this happened in Iraq. It happened in Afghanistan. We bring in American, and then the American mess it up good. Now those people who brought it in, they are regretting and they cannot get it out. So itum lazim to shoot. Zola God mark rubuna kala kumakda the zol bitak. It doesn't matter how bad they are. You need to get along with them. The people that you share the same culture, language, like now, I understand like 99% of Anuak, 90% of Anuak understand it. Okay, understand Nam, understand P, understand Kun, understand Cham. If I come there and say, hey, Uwara Benini Cham, then I know that they need me to come and eat. My P, that means I need to drink water, right?
Correct.
Uwara Ayo Akan, that means go. Huh? Okay, those things, those are like things that we cannot take away. God has created them for a reason. So you need to
um,
be a sustainable brother. Thank you.
Mr. Ujo,
Thank you. Yeah.
yeah, just I want to say something about the information that I say earlier.
Yeah.
I actually read the comments about our brother Dedumo who was killed. I thought he was killed in Itang by SPLA because by the time I was in Addis, but the comment here was said that he was killed in Ethiopia. That I didn't understood the comment. But now, I received a phone call from some of our friends who actually knew what happened in the town. So I'm apology for that. Didumo was killed by Ethiopian army. And then the clash erupted between uh, local militia and the Ethiopian army. So he was not killed by the SPLA. He was killed by Ethiopia. My viewers, sorry for that, for correcting me. Please apology for misinformation. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Uh,
Joseph, let me say something about that. Here's what happened. What people don't understand is, Carbino Kwanyin Bol. We call him Mangok. Carbino was the first Sudanese officer to shoot the bullet at the Jalaba, which is the Arab North. Carbino was actually, when he was arrested by the Ethiopian. Okay, so the demo was not actually what you. Okay, here's what happened by then. The SPLM, if there was anything to do with like collaboration, they were collaborating with the Sudanese. What is it? The intelligence of the SPLM, and then by Ethiopia. By then, you cannot separate the two. So you were not wrong actually. For those people who are saying, "Oh, it was killed by Ethiopian," the thing is, the arrest was done, the detention was done by the SPLM, but the action was taken by the Ethiopian. That's what happened. Salva Kiir and Carbino Kwanyin Bol, that was in Zinga. When Carbino, because Carbino was like the second powerful leader within the rank of the SPLM. And he was the first one. He's supposed to be the one in charge of the SPLM. But what happened, he saw Garang, that Garang is an intellectual and he has doctorate, so he can be able to play the right and make the movement go ahead. So he wasn't like a jealous guy. So he gave in the power and he said, okay, Garang, you run the movement because you are educated. I'm not educated. I'm only the soldiers. So what happened, in order for Garang to arrest him, Salva Kiir came there. And then those of the SPLM and the Ethiopian intelligence, they were all kind of integrated and mixed. So they came in and they captured them all. They arrested them all. Kiir was there. Kiir was arrested. They were all, their hands were tied back with their bodyguard, and then after they know that there was no any risk, so they let Salva Kiir go with his bodyguard, and then Carbino with his bodyguard, and then those who were actually seemed to be friendly to him, they were all taken into detention. That's how it's a communist ideology, and we can say those communists, the way they play their game is all the same, is similar. So you were not wrong or right, okay, because there were no any difference between the SPLM and the Ethiopian government by then. Yeah, Carbino was the first one to to fire the bullet in Madingbor by then. Yeah. So what you are saying, you were not wrong. Whoever give you the information by then was right. Okay. Even majority of the Anuak politicians were actually murdered by the Ethiopian government. But who played the role of arresting these people is the SPLM by then. Because we all look alike. If I come there into Anuak territory, then you will not know that I'm a stranger. First of all, the only thing you will tell is that when I speak, then yeah, this guy sound like he's not the original Anuak. He only is someone that learned the Anuak language.
Yeah,
So
I
that's
remember that.
yeah.
I remember that by the time I went to Gambela for
Mhm.
vacation from Addis, I have to put on my uniform so that they know I'm Ethiopian soldier. I had to put on my uniform. So when I
Yeah,
get to Etiang there, they know, oh, this is the, yeah.
that's yeah, that's
Yeah, you
exactly.
cannot identify the people,
Uh-huh.
right? Yeah.
So the most important the Anuak need to take out from this is that there had been an injustice on both sides. It's not only was done on Anuak, even the Nuer suffered than the Anuak, and that one because the Nuer don't speak up. The Nuer are just worse than the Luo people. That's what I could say. The Nuer were killed more than anybody, but they are just taking it in. And Nuer are better than the Anuak. Let's say if you guys can sit down with the Nuer today, trust me, even if the Brian that the Nuer don't understand, the Nuer does understand. So Nuer and Anuak in Gambela, they get along. And I know, the reason I know, Tarjak, the guy that used to be in charge of Churta, like the military police in Itang, even when you see a single police, they say, oh, that is a Tarjak. But it's just one of his military guy. So when they come there, Tarjak, this guy, even he was here in Utah. I don't know where he's at now. When I came back to Utah, I spent like almost 5 or 6 years out of the state. When I came back, I did not find him here. But this guy, when he was there, he treat both of Anyuag okay, but he's actually Nuer of Sudan. He's a Nuer from Nasser, you know. So I don't see the problem. My people, I'm just warning you. When you look at this, there is a guy called Thorn. You just brought him up here on the screen. That guy could be from Anyarweng or Hall. These people, they interact with Nuer okay, but they are Denga. They hit Denga culture more than the Nuer. But these are Denga. They get along with the Nuer okay, then they get along with the Denga. You know what I mean? So Nuer people are honest. If Nuer don't like something, he will come and tell you. This is why I'm upset. But Denga will not tell you until like he put you to grave. They will not. They have to destroy you completely. That's the difference here. So you Anuak of Ethiopia and South Sudan, especially, sometimes they call it, when I talk about them, being hard on the Luo people, they say, oh, you want to unite Luo. And I say, what is wrong with the unity? As a human being, we need to be united. Even if we unite with the Chinese, we unite with the Russian, whoever we unite with, it's okay. Because we need this world to be a better place. God said, come and create the world to be a better place for you. We don't even know what heaven look like because our ancestors die, what is it, 1,000 years ago. We never heard of some one of them came back and tell us what heaven look like, what the hell look like. But we believe that there is a life after. So what we need to do here to create a good environment for us to live in, we need to ensure that we accept ourselves. Whoever do anything that is not acceptable in society, again the rule, we need to hold them accountable for it. But we cannot hold them accountable for by actually encouraging it and say, oh, you are okay, you are a tough guy, you can kill people. No, that's not a good behavior to encourage. We need to condemn our brothers, our sisters. What you are doing doesn't reflect a good image of human being. Okay, it reflects something that nobody want in this world. So let change the course. Let be together. Let work and develop this area so that our next generation will have a rule. And that's what the Western countries are doing. You find people who are studied, they do research, so that they know what will endanger the other generation life. But we African, we are focusing on what is good for me now. If I get something to eat today, I don't care about what to eat tomorrow. And this is what is screwed us up more. So if we have to put in perspective what the life of others are, then we will be okay. So I'm just saying, this not because of the ANYUAC, but I know it's something that is affecting us like continent wide. And when we narrowed it down, then it become now each country has a certain unique problem, but they are all common at large. And that's why Africans are defending more on humanitarian. People like Anuak should not be worried about who need to come and build a school there, because Anuak do palm like 3 times in a year, 3 seasons along the river. Although there's no rain, you can use the irrigation for that 3 month short period where there's no rain, and you can still get the harvest done. So it is not a land that you need to give up to some people who don't like to work, rather than they need a ready made. So you need to utilize that land and get your thing. I don't have problem, your brother Omar. You just
Okay,
need to make sure. I can condemn the Nuer, but that
I,
doesn't change because the Nuer are your people. Thank you.
okay,
All right.
Mr. Ujo,
Yeah,
yeah, there is a time for everything.
it's true.
Today is today, but you never know what will happen tomorrow. So, as I said earlier, you cannot take down or kill 2 elephants with 1 bullet,
Same time.
or you cannot put 2 spoons in your mouth at the same time. So I think it's a good idea to end our conversation here. I suggest it's up to you, you the host. I suggest to end our conversation here. If nobody want to say something, but please, viewers, to me, I accept all your comments. Depend on what you feel, depend on your feeling. But please, there's a time for everything.
It's true.
There's a time for everything. Yeah, we want to thank our brother Ukelo. We want to thank our brother Joe. And I was hoping that there will be someone from Gambela so that they can update the annual today. But nothing happened. All right, Mr. Joe?
Yes. So,
Yeah, I think let's end our conversation here. Or,
okay.
because there is so many shows today around. And let's go listen to others too.
Okay, I will.
What they said, And Brother Okil, you are welcome, I think, to any ANYUAK join if you want. If you have idea or suggestion, you can call. They welcome you. Any ANYUAK will welcome you to say whatever you want to say, brother. Thank you. Any show or from Ujuru or from Uju or from who? Welcome you.
I will end this show here with this song. Then we will say goodbye to everyone. Welcome you guys. I read you guys comment. I get it, but the topic is very sensitive. That's why nobody want to come to say. That's why you guys love to writing. It's okay. That's your opinion. You're welcome. So, Brother Killer, feel free. This your home. Anytime or whatever, just come. If you need help from me, I will be there for you. Just don't listen to these guys. Still our brother, too. So I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad Joseph, not wrong, Joseph, I'm glad he's here too. And listen this song, and we close the show, and we see you guys next time. Enjoy enjoy the music now.
Thank you, brother.
Good job, brother. Good job.
Thank you.
I'm going to work.
Thank you. Thank you, Wara.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm leaving the studio.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm trying to send a request to her, but she's not connected, so she has to download the link first before she gets into. Sorry. Maybe next time we will try it before the show. And, I'm sorry for that,
Did you know? Which on the child? Did you know? Adi mangi di charo, kaya kung beto yeyoy. Ten bichi a bit of a gilly. Me better kugari. We took the pork tree bread. And I told a couple of Adi mangi di charo, kaya kung beto yeyoy. Ten bichi a bit of a gilly. Me better kugari. We took the pork tree bread. And I told a couple of we talk on no joke, could you not share up? No matter look tree, the wood dog. Did you know? Which on the child did you?
I want to say thank you for joining us, and I will see you guys next show. You guys have a good weekend, and God bless you all.